this is Carl Harvey from C-NotesMarketing, and I'm here with Andrew Aldridge, and Andrew's going to be playing through the Quilter Aviator 12. Andrew is a very prolific player and also a very versatile guy. So, Andrew, tell me, how would you describe your style of playing?
Supportive. I guess that would be the main thing. It's the I find myself playing with a lot of singer-songwriters, particularly a lot of female vocalists for some reason. But I have played with a lot of male vocalists too. But I don't consciously do it, but it turns out that when I play with a lot of singer-songwriters, it's what I play is a total reaction to what they're singing, and and so I'm sort of always in a supportive role that way.
So what do you demand from your amp?
I want an amp to recreate that. I want an amp to, if I'm playing this, or if I'm playing a Tele, or if I'm playing a Les Paul, what it sounds like acoustically, I want that sound that I'm getting out of it acoustically to come out of the amplifier.
Got it.
Maybe with a little bit of dirt to it and a little bit of reverb or some toys here and there. But at the root of it, I want an amp to sound like I'm playing acoustically, but just amplified. And I think that's what a lot of people miss with amplifiers, and you get a lot of amplifiers that are generic and just sound like the amp, and you don't necessarily hear the guitar as much or the person playing as much.
Got it. The amp becomes the deal.
Yeah, that's what to me that's what an amp should do. It should get the sound, the acoustic sound of your guitar and what you're trying to play as a person or as a musician or an artist out of the speakers so people can hear it.
Got it.
And not homogenize it into some just sort of generic sound. I'm intrigued by solid state because I've owned various solid states over the years. Like I've had the Lab Series amp before, and I like that, and I've had some Roland solid state ones before. I primarily use a tube amp, but I have been keeping an eye out for a good solid state for a while. The thing I found is that they were great at doing a clean sound, and great at doing a really overdriven fusion-y or shreddy type of sound. But I like an amp that's just on the verge, that's just breaking up naturally. Like I don't like the term organic, but an organic sort of sound. Sort of like, I do a lot of sort of alt country type stuff. Right. So sounding like a Fender amp that's breaking up naturally on its own. That was a hard thing for me to find with a solid state amp. And also to find a solid state amp that would work with pedals as well.
Right.
Whether it be working with an overdrive or a fuzz to boost that sound, or working with a lot of effects when I do more ambient experimental stuff, and be able to take the dynamic range of big volume swelly delay pads and effects and stuff and still hear everything.
Okay, well, you take this Aviator through some of its spaces and find your tone.
My tone, yeah.
How's that sound for you?
It's great. I mean, I didn't really do much with the volume on the guitar, but it's responsive. It's responsive to every. And that's one thing is I use a pick about half the time. So the other time when I'm not using a pick, I'm using my finger. I want it to be responsive to that. It's, yeah, and you can hear everything. It's reacting like a tube amp would. It's got that sort of half broken up, you know, on the verge
Yeah.
sort of thing. I'm not normally using a lot of gain when I play, but you know, if I did want to get really noisy and use a lot of gain, I know I've heard from other players. I've heard other players play it where you can hear everything.
Take us home, on Andrew. Do something sweet.
Something out of tune, yeah.